Pete Buttigieg is out with a viral response to Senator Alex Padilla, who was wrestled to the ground, handcuffed, and detained. Why? For simply asking a question. I also have responses from Padilla himself, Senator Warren, and some Republicans who are actually pushing back on this because this is truly insane. But in case you did not see it, I want to make sure everyone sees this. You probably have seen this, but we should watch it again because this is historic. It's the wrong kind of historic, but it's historic. Here is Senator Alex Padilla getting detained, wrestled to the ground, and arrested simply for asking a question. Pay attention because Republicans are saying he never identified himself, and this is why it's happened. You can see very clearly in this video, the senator identifies himself. Here it is.
Guys, ready? And bell. Sir, hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary because the fact of the matter is a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your
I also want to
hands off.
How many of our ICE agents have been docked?
On the ground. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go, I'd put behind my back.
All right. Cool. Other hand. Lay flat. Lay flat.
Other hand, sir. Other hand.
There's no recording allowed out here.
I did not know.
There's no recording allowed out here per FBI, right?
So what, I'm sorry?
There's no recording allowed out here.
That's my boss. I have to
There's no
record
recording
everything
allowed out
first.
here. You can record. There's no recording allowed out here.
I'm not a member
There's
of
no
this.
recording allowed out here.
I understand that, sir, but
That is absolutely disturbing. So disturbing. And then those thugs trying to get his staffer to stop filming because they knew that when this is happening, they were going to be in big trouble. What did the FBI do that for? What was he causing that would make them feel like he was a threat to someone else or to them? What? There is no answer to that. He was doing nothing unlawful. He was just simply asking a question. And here's how Elizabeth Warren put it.
When Senator Padilla gets pushed, shoved, thrown to the handcuffed because he is asking questions, because he is engaging in the very oversight that senators are supposed to engage in, then what we're really talking about here is a Trump administration that just wants to shut down the ordinary functions of government. Look, I do a lot of oversight myself. I ask a lot of questions because that's how it works in a democracy. We use our words to hold people accountable. We don't use our fists. We don't shove. We don't try to knock people down. We use our words. That's what oversight is all about. And that's what I want to go to the floor of the Senate to talk about. I think it is time for every senator, every member of Congress, Democrat or Republican, to stand up and say what Donald Trump has done is wrong.
Yeah, and I do think that every single senator, I don't think it's going to happen, but I do think that every single senator should go to the next HHS meeting and they can all ask her a question. That's what I would do. If I were a senator, I would be organizing that. Get every single one in there and have them all ask her questions. Try to get them all out of that room. Try to arrest every single senator. I'd like to see you try. Now, what Senator Warren there is saying too about how Donald Trump wants to control the functions of government, that's fascism. She said it in a longer way, but that is fascism. And Senator Murkowski from Alaska, the Republican, second highest ranking Republican in the Senate, said this: I've seen that one clip. It's horrible. It is shocking at every level. It's not the America I know. Well, it's the America we've got right now. Here's part of what Senator Alex Padilla said after he got out of the building and they let him out of the handcuffs. This is part of his speech.
I will say this. If this is how this administration responds to a senator with a question, if this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California and throughout the country. We will hold this administration accountable.
Powerful stuff. You can hear the raw emotion in his voice, and I just think it's so amazing and incredible, and it just speaks to the type of leader he is, that on a really awful day, what he's not thinking about is himself. He's thinking about the people who can't protect themselves. And Pete Buttigieg also had a way of words, which he always does, the verbal assassin, Pete Buttigieg. I want to play this in full. This got millions of views across social media, and I think he really hits the nail on the head that we have crossed a deep red line in this country.
What are we supposed to do about that? Well, first of all, we name what just happened, which is that the Trump government has crossed one of the reddest of red lines that can exist in a free society. Any salute to the flag or talk of patriotism or American greatness is completely hollow if you do not respect the freedoms that that flag represents, the Constitution that directs the course of this country. And they've shown what they think of those freedoms and that Constitution. Now what? Well, much will depend on the courage of members of the Senate and the House, especially Republicans. This kind of thing is designed to make them more afraid. Our job as American citizens is to make sure that they realize they have more politically to lose by riding the tiger of this out-of-control administration, which will sooner or later eat them too, then going along with it. That's going to take all of us raising our voices like never before so that something like this can never happen again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm hoping that you are seeing this and you're remembering that on June 14th is No King's Day, where we are going to protest all across this country. Let's make this the largest single-day protest in American history. NoKings.org, where you can sign up and find a local protest in your area, because Pete is right. The only way we win this is by showing Republicans they have more to lose by being for it than being against it. The only way we do that is by showing out and speaking up, and you can do that very easily this Saturday in your local community. I just want to say this was Kristi Noem's reasoning. The lies, of course, the lies. This is her reasoning for why she said that the FBI handcuffed a sitting senator.
Them. Secretary.
Well, he was never arrested. And he, nobody knew who he was when he came into the room creating a scene. He was removed from the room, and yes, they started to put handcuffs on him when he finally identified himself, and then that was stopped. They said he wants to talk to you. I said, sure, I'd love to sit down and visit. So we went to them.
So she says he never identified himself. Of course, that's a lie. The lies are so brazen. You heard him identify himself multiple times in that video. Here's Midas Touch with the fact check.
This man burst into the room, started lunging towards the podium, interrupting me and elevating his voice, and was stopped, did not identify himself.
I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the Secretary.
It's just so blatant. Tim Miller said this: if they were confused by the statement, I'm Senator Alex Padilla, coming from an older Padilla-looking man, there are a lot of options for verifying that prior to throwing him in the ground. How about show me your ID, sir? Yeah, there are so many different things they could have done instead of escalating it to the place that they did. But that's the whole thing. They want to escalate it there. They want to make people afraid. They want to make you afraid. They want to make the Republicans afraid. They want you to think that dissent is not possible. Well, it is. This is still America. Donald Trump is not a king. We are going to stand up, we are going to protest, and we're going to show him that he does not get the power from anyone other than the people, and the people are about to take it away. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like on the video. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.